Welcome, listener. Today we're doing a deep dive into someone really intriguing in the cannabis world, Barney. His story isn't about, flashy brands or being the face of some big company. It's really about connections, deep ones.
Exactly. Our mission here is to unpack how this guy, Barney, became this, connector in chief, the
Yeah.
go-to person, and how he did it by focusing on relationships, not logos. We'll look at his unique path, where he started, and how he built up all this influence without really chasing the spotlight himself.
Okay, let's dig into that. So his roots are in Hawaii, right? You can kind of feel that aloha spirit, maybe. Community, connection.
He lived there till college, then after some back and forth, landed in California around 2016, and he's spent, over 20 years basically building this huge network.
Yeah, hugely respected network. But here's where it gets really interesting. Kind of surprising, actually. His first time getting high.
Oh yeah, this story is something else.
He was 12, Christmas Day with cousins, and get this, a Coke can pipe.
A classic, if slightly sketchy, start.
And it ended with him passed out under the dinner table. But despite that maybe rough intro, he's been, involved with cannabis pretty much ever since, except for like one 40-day break for Lent, apparently, for his mom.
Which is fascinating in itself. But what's really key here is how it affected him, beyond just, getting high.
Yeah.
Barney talks openly about having ADHD, and he found cannabis actually helped him focus, really focus in class.
Wow, okay. So it wasn't just for fun.
Not at all. He said it raised his GPA, made school bearable. His professors even noticed when he stopped. They were like, what happened?
So is this kind of personal discovery, almost self-medication, that actually worked for him? Shaped his whole view of the plant, I guess?
Absolutely. And that personal connection, plus maybe that Hawaiian background,
Yeah.
it seems to feed into his whole approach now. His fan first, face first thing.
Right. He admits he struggled in the trap, the black market side, failed even.
Yeah, he's candid about that.
But he learned and managed that jump to the legal market basically through pure hustle, sleeping in his car, going to every single event.
Building that network, literally brick by brick. One real conversation after another.
It really embodies that Rolodex over resume idea he talks about.
Oh, totally. That's key in cannabis, right? Trust, connections. They often matter more than a fancy CV, especially back then, and maybe even now.
And look at his track record: sales manager at Moxie, Wonderbrett. Big names.
Represented, 30-plus brands with shelf life? Sales director at Ember Valley? Brand rep for Blueprint? Now VP of sales for Greendawg and Turtle Pie Co.
He's not just selling stuff, he's weaving the industry together. A relationship architect, like you said.
Exactly.
So he's doing strategy, store visits, scaling things up, especially with greendawg. But what about him? What is Barney himself like? His go-to?
Good question.
Yep.
He apparently prefers D1, that specific strain, finds its best when it's aged 6 months. Gets more complex.
Interesting. Okay, so this leads to the big question then. How do you become the brand without actually having a brand?
Right. His philosophy is no brand, no dispo, no ego. That's kind of his mantra.
And that's a strength, isn't it? By not having his own logo out there, he can work with anyone. He's neutral ground.
Totally. He empowers other people, the real builders, as he calls them. He's the engine, not the face, which lets him, connect more freely.
He's the DM behind the drop, they say, the direct message making things happen.
And the cosign behind the collab, that crucial nod for big partnerships, like with Turtle Pie or Sacred Fruits.
And beyond the business, he's just seen as a real smoker, like a bong guy, hash lover, smokes to connect, not to show off.
Authenticity seems core to it all.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway here for you, the listener? Barney's path really pushes back against the usual ideas about, personal branding and what success looks like.
Yeah, especially in an industry like cannabis, is still finding its feet in many ways. When you zoom out, his story suggests that maybe, just maybe, real relationships and contributing authentically, this stuff can be way more powerful, more lasting than any logo or marketing push.
It leaves you with a thought, doesn't it?
Definitely. Think about your own world. Your career, perhaps.
Yeah.
Are you focused on building a brand that exists separately from you? Or are you the brand built through your connections, your actions, your quiet influence?
Yeah.
Something to chew on.